What is going on, YouTube people? Northeast Ohio Cards and Comics here today for a mail day. I had a few different items come in, four to be exact. So we're going to go ahead and talk about those real quick. Try to keep this one short and sweet. We'll see. I got a couple comic books and some cards. So a little bit of everything. Some sets, actually, which is a little bit different. So let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? First up, some Marvel cards. I picked up a couple sets, complete sets, from two different things. One is an insert subset. Actually, they're both insert subsets, but a little bit different. So the first one is from 2015 Fleer Retro. That is the legendary set with, or two of the legendary sets, 2013, 2015, with that everyone's going crazy for the PMGs on. But there's a lot of other cool stuff in there, and one of them is they have these throwback sets. That are new takes on the classic design. And what I picked up is the throwback retro version of 92 X-Men. So this is the same border and style of the 92 Jim Lee X-Men set, but this was in 2015 Fleer Retro. So it has a bunch of different characters in it. It's only a 15 card set, but they're really nice looking. I have a strong affinity for these cards. I don't think this is like any crazy long-term value or anything like that. Heaven forbid. Looks like I'm becoming a collector. But I've always loved this card design. That Magneto looks really cool. Because these are cards that I absolutely adored as a kid, the 92 Jim Lee X-Men set. So to kind of see some new takes on this is really cool. Scarlet Witch is a really nice looking card. The Wolverine's probably the best looking one. That's really good there. So I don't know if I'll grade these or anything crazy like that, but just a really nice looking subset. So that's the first little pickup. We'll kind of move that over to the side here. The second one is also a set. I'm not going to flip through all the cards. This is from 2014 Marvel Universe. It's the entire set, all 90 cards, but there was a couple different parallels from this set. And this is the Sapphire parallel. So once again, these are really cool looking. I'm not going to flip through all of them. I have some of the key characters on top. So it's got kind of like a bluish, grayish hue to it there. Let me see if I can help out on the glare here a little bit. There we go. That should make things a little better. So there's a version of Spider-Man. There's a couple different versions of each character in there. There's a Wolverine. So it's got the sapphire background. These are non-numbered. There is a numbered version of these. These look really cool. Love that Captain America. There's another different version, House of M version of Spider-Man. Really nice looking Scarlet Witch. Classic Spider-Man. Absolutely love this Wolverine. Love the way this Wolverine looks. I love that cover. I have that cover in a CGC 9.8. But just a really cool set. Once again, Marvel Universe 2014 and the Sapphire parallel set. I picked this whole set up for, I think, $50. It's 90 cards. And like I said, these are inserted. I think it was 1 in 8 per packs. So 1 in 8, but entire set complete. I don't know if I'm going to grade any of them or not. I'm going to flip through them. I'm at least going to look at the key characters. I could tell you right now, they're really tough grades. It has that foil edging to it, almost like a PMG. I could see how the edges are going to be really rough. The corners look okay on some of them, not okay on others, but I didn't necessarily buy it to grade it. But if a key character looks good, I'll go ahead and grab it. Next two, and these are the bigger two. I'll start in reverse order here. This literally just came in 10 minutes before I turned this camera on. This was actually a MySlabs pickup. Picked this up on MySlabs, got a really nice deal on it. Much, much cheaper than what current eBay comps are going for. And that's actually why I bought it. This was not necessarily a book that was on my radar of like, oh man, I need to run out and grab one of these right away. That being said, it does have a lot of different potential to it, as you'll see in a second. But this was a MySlabs pickup. I got this CGC 9.2 of Amazing Spider-Man 194. And to steal a quote from Swaggle House, what is the significance of this book? First appearance of Black Cat right on the cover. Absolutely iconic ASM cover. Little lower grade than I would like. Normally, if I was grabbing one of these, I would have probably went for a 9.4 or a 9.6. 9.8s of these go for almost $4,000 now. It is a kind of tough grade because of the all black cover. Anytime you get a dark cover like that, it just shows a lot more. So I got this for $675 on MySlabs and a 9.2. There's about 2,400 in a higher grade available. On a more, this is from 79, so it's not super modern, but I would really prefer to get a 9.4 or 9.6. Once again, this was just a pure price play. These are going for mid eights right now on eBay in this grade, and I got this for $675. So this was just too good of a deal to pass up. I went back and forth with the seller on a few different offers, and we finally settled on $675. And the nice thing about MySlabs is, you're not paying for shipping or sales tax or anything like that. So good pickup here. A lot of potential in this one. I think there is a decent chance we may get some sort of Black Cat. I mean, we already kind of know there's a little mini Black Cat reference in Morbius, but I think we may get more of a tease than that in Morbius, and that movie just got pushed back. So I think this book has some hype train on it. This is one, which I don't say this very often, I would potentially move this one if it spiked way up. If this got super, super high, I would potentially think about moving this. But I do really like the cover, and I do like Spider-Man books. So I'll hold on to this one for right now. Like I said, really great deal. MySlabs pickup. Couldn't pass up the price. Could not pass up the price at $675 for this. It had been sitting there for a while, actually. I was waiting for someone else to snag it, and I was watching some recent auctions. And then the last big one, and I have shown this on a few different live streams and talked about it on other people's live streams, but I haven't done an official mail day video on it. So until I do official mail day video on it, it doesn't count in my mind. I don't know if that logic checks out or not. And I do have a dedicated video coming out specifically about this book, and it is Fantastic Four 52. For those, once again, Steel Swaggle House. What is the significance of this book? First appearance of Black Panther. This is a CGC 6.5 white pages, which is pretty rare for a book this old. The CGC census does not track that. I kind of wish they did. But it's a very clean looking 6.5, in my opinion. It looks really, really nice. The wrap's a little off, like a little off kilter there. You can see a little bit of the actual comic book itself showing through there because it's a little askew, but it's not too bad. Back looks pretty solid. Staples look good. No major stains or anything like that. Once again, you can see it's a little crooked, but that's okay. It's a 6.5. You're not expecting it to be completely perfect. Most of it is like this chipping across the top. The spine looks fairly decent. Not too bad. A little stress there around the staples. Nothing crazy. I'm not a professional comic book grader, though, so what do I know? Some stuff going on down there on the corner. But once again, this is a 6.5. This is not, a 9.8. 9.8 I wouldn't be able to afford. So I picked this up from A1 Comics on one of their live streams before Christmas, actually. I've actually had this for a while. I just was waiting for some other stuff to come in to do a mail day video on it. I got this. This was $17.50, I think. What I really liked about this is the price has dipped on this quite a bit because Black Panther's been kind of out of sight, out of mind. The stuff happened with Chadwick Boseman. That's very unfortunate. The franchise will continue on, and regardless of, the MCU spec or whatever, Black Panther is an established now major key character just based off his MCU appearances he did have. This to me is a ultra blue chip key. It's not like super, super high end like an AF-15, but it's like in that next tier down. I don't necessarily put it at like a Hulk 181 or Giant Size X-Men 1 level, but it's not far off that. Some people may even group it in that class if they're a big Black Panther fan. But 1966, 6.5 white pages. There are under 5,000 total of these graded in the CGC census across all grades. So, and then when you get into a 6.5 white pages like this, the numbers start to drop pretty quickly. In number of grades higher than this, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's not a ton. So that was a big reason why I just snagged this one. And it was a case of, I don't want to say like out of sight, out of mind, but like everyone's focused on Spider-Man stuff, X-Men stuff, Moon Knight, this, that, and the other thing. Star Wars stuff's really starting to heat up right now. And stuff like this gets forgotten about. So it was kind of like one of those, everyone's looking over here. I'm going to go over here and snag this. So was really happy to have this one. And like I said, this was another one that was not like on a list or anything. I was watching a live stream. I was watching one of their live sales on IG, and it popped up, and I didn't pull the trigger on it. They talked about it. It looked really nice. I did some research on it. The next live sale that they didn't have it, but I asked about it. It was right before, I think it was their Christmas Eve live sale or right before Christmas. And he said, hey, like I would do this price on it. We went back and forth a little bit, and then I actually DM'd him the next day and we closed the deal. And like I said, I think it ended up running me $17.75 shipped through PayPal. So really happy to have this one in. Like I said, wasn't necessarily something I was looking for, but really happy to have it. And it's a really nice copy, in my opinion, for a 6.5. No, very little to no fading at all. All the colors look really good on it. You know, that black still looks really good. The Fantastic Four logo looks really good. Black Panther looks really good. And I'm not a big Fantastic Four guy. I generally don't like the Fantastic Four. They're probably my least favorite of the major Marvel teams. But I did enjoy the Black Panther stuff, and I just think this is a good blue chip key to have in the collection. So I snagged it. Like I said, it kind of popped up. One of those things that you never know what you're going to run into when you're in the wild. And in this case, the wild is the internet. So, but I do have a video coming out probably later this week. It's actually already recorded. I'll probably post this first and that second. It's a deep dive into how I choose what grades I'm looking at when purchasing comic books, specifically this older stuff, you know, like this stuff from the 60s, 70s, etc. So I kind of do a little bit of a deep dive into the CGC census and how I kind of evaluate some of that stuff. I've gotten a lot of questions on that in comments and live streams. So that'll be coming out later this week. So like, comment, subscribe, catch you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.